All right, so new year, new fresh face. You know what I'm saying? By the way, that assignment from yesterday, you want to turn that in as soon as you can. I've seen people do it without any work. I've seen people do it all wrong. Just do it right the way I taught you, please. And if you're not sure how to do that, here's a warm up reminding you yet again. If you're solving for y, you get rid of the x first. What's the opposite of minus 4x? Oh, yeah, plus 4x, plus 4x. Scratch that. Careful here. What do you, yeah, my bad. What do you bring down? Is it just 2y? Don't forget the negative. Negative 2y equals, careful here, is it 14x? Is it 14? Do I actually add these together? You can't add not terms that are not like terms. Yeah, that goes in front, right? The 4x, positive, so just 4x goes in front of the positive or plus 10. Okay, that's step one. Opposite x, put it in order. Well, I mean, there's only one more step. Step two, how do I get rid of the negative 2 in front of y? Divide by negative 2. Everything divided by negative 2. Bring down the y. Now you can use Desmos. 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. X goes there. 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. I'm telling you, you got to be able to solve for y. And today, we're doing, this whole unit is inverses. Now I can summarize it in one word. Switch. Inverse is basically switching things. You're either switching x and y, or you're switching points, the x and the y, or you're switching in an equation, x and the y, or on a graph, you're switching the x and the y, or you're flipping it over the y equals x line. It's just a bunch of switch, okay? So I'm going to show you what I mean on the notes first. But, welcome to school. Notes. Or this one day you think we're doing nothing? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. This is crazy growing things. Stuff first.
Bro, which mean it's so crazy.
Alright, here we go. Ow. Okay. All right, so here's your notes, right? So in algebraic reasoning, okay, we're going to find the inverse of a function given a table, an equation, or a graph. Let's do that. Okay, so the very first line, it's not going to be like perfectly matching, but it's the same stuff. So where it says, what are inverse functions? Go ahead and write a function that will, quote unquote, undo another function. Okay, write that down right there, please. Okay. Another way of saying it is its opposite. That's what inverse means. And then how do we notate or how do we write an inverse function? The way you do it is with f and a little negative 1 x. Okay. And a little side note there, the little negative 1 is not an exponent. Okay. It looks like an exponent, right?
Wait, so what do you write?
Eh?
What do you write?
Well, I'm just notating it on here for myself on the notes so it looks right. All right, so far you should have it like this, okay? So the function that will undo another function, or the opposite. How do you notate it? You put f with a little negative 1x, okay? All right, is everyone ready for that third line? Okay, so what does the inverse of a table look like? Give an example, okay? So here's an example. So go ahead and write the ordered pairs xy become yx. Okay, the ordered pairs x comma y. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the ordered pairs xy become yx. And basically what you do is you switch x and y. Bro. This is so cooked. What the heck? Okay, so you want to switch x and y. Here's an example. Okay, you have an original table and then you have a inverse table. So what do you do on here? You literally switch the numbers, right? So I'll write this, I guess, because text is giving me so much trouble. Okay, so literally switch x and y. So instead of negative 3, 1, if I switch the order, flip it around, the 1 is going to now be here. The negative 3 is going to be here. Okay, so this inverse table is f little negative 1 x. F inverse x. What are you doing? So go ahead and fill out that whole table, flipped around. So negative 5, 4, flip it around. 4, negative 5. Negative 1, 4. 4, negative 1. 8, 3. 3, 8. Is switching the order really easy?
Yeah.
It's inverse. That's it. Okay. So tables are pretty easy, in my opinion. Just switch a root. Okay. And now the next question is, what does the inverse of a graph look like? Well, let me show you. Okay. Now, what does it look like? Now you can write this blue sentence here. Two inverse graphs reflect each other over the line y equals x. Okay. So I want you to see it. You see this diagonal line in the middle. Okay. That blue line and that purple line, if you can see the colors here, they're symmetrical across that diagonal line. Okay. So you're tired? Okay. So what does the inverse of a graph look like? Two inverse graphs reflect each other across, over the line y equals x. Symmetrical. Cool. So if your original equation is f of x equals 2x plus 1. So you know you can type that equation into Desmos, click the gear to get a little table, and you can get these points, right? Negative 2, 0, 2. And then you can write that inverse function where all you have to do is take those values and flip them around. So on your notes, okay, I've got a little table. I'm going to plot these points. -2, -3, 0, 1, 2, 5. Looks horrible. Let's see if I can make this look nice. That looks horrible.
So did you put firework?
No.
No. Why?
Uh, like, did I buy some and pop them?
Yeah.
No. Did I? Yeah, did I for free just watch everyone else do it in the safety of my? Yes. See, that's the beauty of New Year's Eve is everyone else who doesn't really have money is wasting all their money buying explosives and handling them and probably gonna blow off their fingers. And you could just sit there and just watch it for free. That's what I did. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Okay. So, yeah, I just had to open my door and I was like, that's nice, and then shut the door. I was already home. Hey, check it out. If you flip the order of this table, of this random function, and you plot those new points, -3, -2, 1, comma 0, 5, comma 2. Okay, you know what? I'll just look on securely. It's all good.
No.
It's all good. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're not doing anything wrong, right? All right. So look. Now, I drew a very horrible, ugly, crooked line. Okay, I admit it. It looks bad. But if it looked nice, it would be symmetrical across y equals x right here. Okay? No. That? I know. All right.
No.
Well, I could, but I'm trying to have it saved on this document here. I got you. All right. So the points. Oh. Uh, okay. Sorry. Okay, so you don't got me, bro. You think you got me, but you don't got me. All right. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna have a careful hand here.
Weird video.
Hey, weird videos. If all I gotta do is block securely, everything's great, right? Yeah. No more weird videos. Okay, so the bowl. What is this? It says Steve Rogers will return. Avengers. Wow.
Yeah.
He ain't returning, bro.
He is, bro.
They no. And what?
I'm gonna watch it, bro.
You're not gonna watch it.
You say it?
No. Captain America is done.
Yeah.
All right. We now have seen it on a graph. So what's it? Which one? The story of the document I printed. I took an equation, made a little table, flipped the table, plotted both points, and it makes two lines that are. Wait, what? Oh, well, it didn't like print very nice, but you know. Okay, the most important part is on the back. Okay. Ready? All right. Flip it over. What does the inverse of an equation look like? Well, let's answer that question. You can write that one down. What does the inverse of an equation look like? So quit watching videos and write this down. So the inverse of an equation contains the inverse operations. Okay. All right. Y'all ready for the next part? Wow. Wake up. Okay, wait. 10 minutes, maybe. Ooh, I guess. Because I'm trying to, this is like the most important part. Wake up. Yeah, you wake up. You got bored watching videos or what? All right, here we go. So, go and write these down. Okay. Step one, if you're trying to find the inverse of an equation, first step you need to do is to write f of x as y. So your f of x turns into the letter y. Second step, you want to switch x and y. Okay. Step 3 is the most important part, solving for y. When did we ever solve for y in this class? Oh yeah, yesterday, and this warm-up today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you did the warm-up today, right? So again, this is the most important step, step number 3. And then last step is you turn that y back into an f inverse of x. Hold on. F inverse of x. All right. There you go. There it is. Okay, let's do it on the first example. Ready? Example 1. What's my first step? Instead of f of x, what letter do I put? So this is really, just put a y on top of it, whatever. Save you some writing. So now it's y equals, okay? Y'all with me? Y'all doing this? You doing this with me? Example 1. So put a y on top of f of x. Why not? Okay. Now below it, you need to switch x and y. Can you do that? So this y becomes an x. This x becomes a y. No. F of x. F of x is a y.
No, what?
Okay. Ignore the first step. f of x needs to turn into x. No, just x equals 2y minus 3. As long as you know f of x becomes x, x becomes y. You can,
I got understand.
okay, as long as you know that whatever's here becomes x, and this x becomes y. Okay, step 3, this is the part. If I'm solving for y, what do I get rid of first, the 2 or the minus 3? The minus 3 is the loner. What's the opposite of minus 3? Plus 3. X plus 3 is x plus 3. Okay. That equals 2y. And then how do I get rid of the 2 in front of y? Like we did on our warm-up, like we do all the time solving. Divide by 2. Yeah, you can, but this is the most important part. Just saying. Last step. Instead of y, how are we going to write this? F negative 1x. F inverse of x.
But
That's it. Now, let's invoke Desmos to help us out here, okay? So, no, don't sleep. No, wake up. You can, but it's the most important part of the notes because I want to make sure you understand this. I'm trying to. I am trying to. What girl are you talking to? Okay. You wrong. You wrong. How are you gonna insult girls? How are you gonna do that? That's crazy. All right. So, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Write this down. And then -7, -5, -3, -1, 1. Is anyone confused about where I got this information from? I typed this equation into Desmos. Gear, table, write it down.
Oh.
Does everyone know how to get to the table?
So you don't put like the rest of it, right? You just put like the
You don't have to know. It's the original. Good question. You write the original in Desmos. Hit that gear, hit the table, write it down. Okay? That's the original table. And yes, I'm going to ask you to graph it off to the right. Okay?
So we just put it backwards.
Yeah, you just got to flip it around for the inverse, right? So just flip it around. -7, -2, -5, -1, -3, 0, -1, 1, 1, 2. Now, after all that, your last step is to do what? Graph them both, right? So let me show you. -2, -7, -1, -5, 0, -3, 1, -1, 2, 1. Can you take those points and make a nice straight line? And then graph the inverse one. -7. What? -2. -5, -1, -3, 0. -1, 1, 1, 2.
That's it.
You have to, well, and then you make that line, and you're going to end up with two nice lines. Those are inverse graphs, inverse tables, and inverse equations.
Is it
Now there's three more of the there's two more of these things. Yes, you may. If you do Smart Pass, 7 minutes. Now I want y'all to try example 2 and 3, and then we're gonna go over it together here soon. All right, so make sure y'all are doing example 2 and 3. Remember your steps. This is a y. The f of x is a y, right? And then you switch x and y. Get rid of that loner 5 by subtracting it. When you get to it, how do you get rid of a divided by 2? The opposite of dividing by 2 is multiplying by 2. And if you multiply 2 to a whole expression, you can use parentheses. Write it as inverse function. 2 times x and 2 times -5. 2x minus 10. You know, you can type this into Desmos and get the table. I'm just going to do 3 points. Is everyone working on example 2 and not taking a nap? Make sure you do it. I'm just reminding you of your steps like we did in example 1. F of x, put a y on top of it. Then you switch x and y. Get rid of the loner. On example 3, if you have a negative in front, you just divide by -1. What that does is change all your signs, though. So that positive x will become negative x, that -6 will become positive 6. Example 3 is weird when you graph it, because it's going to be one line on top of itself. Okay, so if you need help with the last two, make sure you have these down. And then I'm going to pass out your assignment already so you can get a head start on it, but you will have tomorrow to work on it.